Hello investors, I hope all of you had a great day. Today was a struggle for me, definitely had some different things going on, ended the day with a small loss, but learned some things, and that's the thing you gotta do whenever you're investing. You gotta learn from your mistakes. So today I made quite a few changes, made some sales, and sold quite a few stocks that it was time for me to move on from. The first was LCA, sold it for a 3% gain. Sold INO for a 6% gain, and you might be asking yourself, why did I sell INO? I sold INO because of an insider transaction that happened on Thursday that I didn't like the looks of. I moved out of it. I definitely believe in the stock, and it did pretty well today. I mean, it was down a little bit, but not too bad. I sold CHS for a 1% loss. This had been more than 3 business days since the original insider activity, so it was time to move on. For sure. I was hoping to definitely get more, but I didn't. And sold Kirk for even. That again was at a full 3 days, and so it was just time to kind of move on. So, the top 7 list. Boy, you might be wondering, well, how'd we do on the last top 7 list, Ray? Well, let me tell you. Here's the different picks and the percentage of loss or gain that they had. The first one was VBIV, which I still own. It was down 3.48% today. TTI, which has been a terrific stock for us, it was down 0.53% today, so real small percentage, but still overall very, very good. The number 3 pick was EPAC. It had a good day, nice and solid day, a 1.27% gain, and it's been a nice gainer for us so far. There was Kirk, which I sold and broke even on. It ended the day at actually a 3.85% loss. Kind of had a rougher day. There was CHS, which I sold. It had a 3.01% gain. And TTOO was number 6. It had a 4.29% loss. Boy, I keep waiting for this stock to turn around. Hopefully soon. We're just going to wait and be patient, see what happens. Number 7 was ABEO. It had a pretty terrific day, actually. It had a 9.12% gain. So I always like to sell insiders after about 3 to 5 business days of owning them. And I don't like to hold them any longer than that because the excitement is kind of waned, unless some news comes out. But really, when the news comes out, unless it's amazing news, then people sell the news and it's not best to hold through anyway. So typically a 3 to 5 day investment is what I look for. Now on the FDA run-ups that I choose, those will be about 2 weeks, usually. And then some of those FDA run-ups, I'll go out a whole month or even longer, which I have one of those right now. So there's some stocks that I just kind of covered, and one is TTOO, still own that, still own VBIV, and today I bought UONEK on price action and different things. I still own it, but it's not in the top 7 today. This morning, I definitely had a day trade stock, and that was GNUS. And in GNUS, my very first trade, I made 7% day trading it, and that was early in the day, right around 6 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't day trade again the rest of the day. So I only did one, which is usually, that's kind of unusual for me. So there's another stock that's not on this list that I'm starting to add, and that's GRTS. I think this is going to be a nice little run up. They have phase data due soon, and so it's coming time, so I'm going to be adding it very soon. You're going to see me start loading that up. Let's get to the top 7 list. You're like, man, I want to know what's going on. Number 7 is TRVN. They have upcoming PDUFA, and that's not until August 7th, and it's starting to respond. It's starting to do pretty well. There are other reasons why I like this stock too, and so it's one that could pop at any time. I like it for a big move up, and today it was a really nice move up. They had about a 12% gain, so very, very good. Number 6 is TTI. I like this stock a lot. It's had a bunch of insider activity, and that's why I like it. I typically don't like to be in oil and gas stocks, and this is kind of an oil and gas stock, but the insider activity is what's got me to own it, and it is one of those that I think will continue to climb. It's definitely at a very attractive price and a very good value. Number 5, this was a big winner for us today, is ABEO. So they have a conference this weekend, and I really like it for a run-up all the way through Friday. So I just think you don't go to a conference and present data at a conference just to have bad news. So I'm expecting good things. I think investors will be expecting good things. And so I'm expecting the stock to climb all the way throughout the week. I think we're just at the beginning. It's quite a bit undervalued in my opinion. Okay, number 4 is EPAC. This had really nice insider activity just a couple of days ago, and I'm very bullish in it, and already up 7% in it so far, and I'm expecting more. So good things out of EPAC. Now, if you want to get the soonest data on insider activity, then the way to do that is to check out our Patreon down below. I update that group first, and we're building a great community, and it's something that's worthwhile to be a part of. So if you want help or advice on different stocks to get, that is something I highly suggest you join. We cover everything from insider trades to day trading to how to pick insiders, how to pick PDUFA run-ups. So there's just tons of information on there. And also you have access to me for any questions that you might have. Number 3 is BHTG. So this was a brand new insider activity. I really like it. It's the chief administration officer who spent some money on it. It was a smaller transaction, but a good transaction. So I really, really like that. And I think it's going to be a great stock, and we're just at the beginning of it. So that's nice and fresh. Number 2 is GNUS. So I went in for a day trade earlier in the day, made 7% on it. With the news that came out, I felt that was extremely bullish. Now, there was lots of selling of the news, and so I'm a bag holder on this one. I admit it a little bit. But here's the thing. This one has been, gosh, I think during the middle of April, this thing was right around 35 cents or 65 cents, something like that. And it went all the way to $11. And I wish I would have got in it, of course, really early, you know, but I didn't, and it climbed way up. And it really has dipped down again and got to be a good value. Well, today they announced news that I think was huge. They announced news that they are going to be carrying and going to be licensed for the Stan Lee characters. And I don't understand why it went down today, but there was definitely a sell the news. I think a lot of investors felt like it wasn't a buyout, and since it wasn't a buyout, that isn't what they were looking for. But I think we just need to be patient on this. And this is a terrific price right now. And also, tomorrow there is a short sale restriction. So tomorrow, new people who want to come in and short the stock won't be able to do so. I find that very bullish when that happens. Typically, you see a nice rebound when that happens. So number one is extremely fresh off the presses. Get them while they're hot. Is VOLT. It had small insider activity by multiple officers in after hours, and very, very good. So it was small but important insider activity. There was one purchase at $1.17, another one at $1.16, another one at $1.15. And so I think that that's going to be a great pick coming up through the next 3 to 5 days for sure. I do a lot of work for this list, and I do a lot of research. If you could do me a favor and hit that most amazing and wonderful like button, I would very much appreciate it. Also, if you haven't done so before, if you could please subscribe and then turn on bell notifications so that you can get notified when there's a new video. I appreciate all of you, and I appreciate being able to deal with all of you, and Raythoven out.